Okay, so now that we've got a bullet which moves, can hit our character, and can actually damage our character, we need to code the ability for our character to die. Now, to do this, we're going to create an event which is called. This will be more efficient because there'll be lots of things that could potentially kill our character. So the bullets would be one, being hit. Potentially fall damage could be another. Drowning could be another. There's a lot of different ways that your character could potentially die. So rather than code death every single time that could happen, we're going to have one event that's called universally. And we're going to attach that to the game mode. Now go into your game mode. So my one's called game mode 1 here. Double click that. There's no code in there currently, so you'll have to click the open full blueprint editor. And you should see this here. So just delete these to start off with, and we're going to create a new custom event. So right click in here, and we're going to say custom event, and we're going to call this lose. What happens when you lose the game? Now I'd like you to think about what happens when you lose a game or when your character dies. Now what I would like to happen in this instance is all of the input needs to be disabled, so you can no longer move around after you've been killed. And I'd like the screen to fade to red. And after that, it'll just restart the level. So let's program that. Start off by right click under here, and we'll say get player character. And then we'll also say underneath, right click again, get player controller. Perfect. Now let's pull a strand from our player character, and we're going to say disable input. And then let's plug the rest in. So main pin goes in, and the player controller goes in. Now straight away, once this is called, the input will be disabled immediately. Underneath the disable input, I'm going to say get, is it camera manager? Yeah, get player camera manager, and put it there. Now pull a strand from this, and I'm just going to type in fade, and you'll see start camera fade there. Pull that up and connect the main pin. Now input will be disabled for our character and our controller, and then we'll start fading the screen. Now whatever fade you want to do is completely up to you. I'm going to get it so it fades to red, and I'm going to change some of these values. I'll put this to 0.8, and I want it to fade over, let's just say 2 seconds. So fade after 2 seconds, and I'd like it to hold when finished. So just to recap there, I changed to alpha to 0.8, duration to 2, the color to red, and I said hold when you finished it. Now I'd like to delay that for a second. So let's give it 2 seconds, and then 2 seconds again, so let's say 4 seconds. So that is 2 seconds for the camera to fade, and then 2 seconds just to pause, and then it'll reset the level. So we'll just quickly pull a strand, and we'll say open level by name. I just want to reopen this level, so let's double check what this level's called. So into content, into levels, and it's just called starter level. So I'm going to simply copy the name for that, and let's plug it straight in here. So plug it straight in. So let's have a look at this little event that we've created. When this is called, it will disable input, it will then fade the camera, it'll wait 4 seconds, and it'll restart the level. Nice and simple. If I get hit by these bullets, it's not going to work yet though. So there you go, 55, 10, minus 35. So I should have died there, I should have been killed, but that event doesn't know it needs to be called yet. So let's have a think. Where does that event need to be called? And it needs to be called in the instance that our health goes below 0. So I'm just going to go into my character. So into player character here. Now we haven't got any way to tell whether our character's health is below 0. So let's add a tick. And we're going to use a tick for this. So type in tick and event tick. There we go. So we're going to check if our health is less than 0. Less than or equal to 0. So let's pull our health in again and get health, or you can use your health that you had earlier up there. And we're going to say less than or equals. So I typed in less than or equals, and you've got integer is less than or equals here. Less than or equal to 0, which is perfect. So let's add a branch in, connect our main pin, and plug in our condition there. Now if our health is less than or equal to 0, we need to cast to our game mode. Now my game mode is called game mode 1. Game mode 1, you can see it there. Make sure that you use your game mode. Again, you can check that by going back, checking your game mode here, and you can see the name there. I know mine is called game mode 1. And we're going to just right click underneath and get game mode and plug that in. Now as game mode 1, I'm going to say delay, sorry, no, I'm going to say lose, and it's going to call that function. I was ahead of myself there. I also want to add a little delay in. No, I don't. I want to add a do once. Sorry, I want to add do once. Now, the reason I want to do a do once here is because if our character gets shot, it'll call the function once. If something's continued to hit our character, it'll continue to deduct the health, and it'll constantly be calling this lose function, which could cause it to bug out a little bit. So just review what I said there, because I did accidentally say a delay when I didn't mean that. So in the event that our health is less than or equal to 0, I'd like to cast to the game mode 1 and call the lose function. So let's give that a go. So that should work now. So let's stand in front of these bullets. 55, 10, and there we are. I can no longer move. I'm trying to move. It fades the screen and resets the level. So we're back here. We can do it again. Here, I'm trying to move my mouse. Nothing's happening. Input is disabled, and level resets. So there's now a respawn system for this level, which is triggered currently only when those bullets hit my character. So those bullets are working correctly now. So the last thing I want to do with these is just make them so they actually move at a dangerous and harder to dodge pace. So I'm going to quickly go into my bullet here and click on projectile movement, and let's set this to let's say 1500. That's much quicker. That could be too quick, so let's have a look. Compile, and when I play this, there they go. So that's the speed that those bullets are being shot. I'm not sure if that's too quick. It's definitely too quick for me to get hit by them currently. So let's duplicate one. So that's now pointing straight at me. I'm just going to move it quite far away so we can see it coming. So if I play, there it is. There you go, I'm hit. Oh, that actually hit me hard enough so I fell off the map. Now that could indicate that that's not too bad, actually, not too bad. So when you get hit, it gives you a little bit of knockback, quite a lot of knockback actually. So now that I've increased the velocity of the bullet, I'm adding on more there. So you could potentially reduce that number there to give you less knockback. I'm not going to do it in this case because I think it's quite good to hit you back quite hard. There you go. So now that we've got our bullet, in the next video we'll look at actually creating a turret which is going to fire this bullet at you when you walk in front of it. But again, before you move on to that stage, can you please make sure that your bullets are acting as they should, like mine are, and that your character is able to be killed and the level is able to be reset. If it's not working as expected, go back to the video, make sure you haven't missed any steps.